Yo, 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 yo. What is up? What is up? What is up? We back. Whole new episode, The Hard Truth with Lee of Sports, The Hard Truth of Sports with Lee. And we back live, 2 p.m. A little cloudy out here in Florida. Weather feel nice though. Best time. This is the best time of the year to be living in Florida, I'm telling you. It's nice, cool breeze. You can leave your windows open, your back door open for those who got it screened in. It's beautiful, but we here for sports. Going into the weekend, we got NFL coming up Sunday, college football tomorrow. See what games is LeBron back today. Steph Curry with another big time performance. I think this was a good week for me to be talking about Steph like this because Steph is delivering with another 40 ball last night. And I got my family coming on. Coach Harold Rayford coming on today. He gonna be discussing his prep school, Tennessee Prep, as he get ready when he comes on. Patch him in, and we'll talk a little bit about prep school. I don't know if many people out there know about prep school or ever had any questions about prep school. He's been doing prep for some years now, and we're gonna discuss. He done had kids go D1, get scholarships from other D2 schools in the JUCO, and had some prospects that's been really good. Go to Memphis at TCU right now, Ole Miss, Georgetown, to name a few. So he'll be joining us in a few. Uh, but until then, how about that Steph Curry? Like I said, man, I know people like they might be watching this show think, oh, he's such a big Steph Curry fan. I'm not. He just really good. Durant is out tonight. He's gonna sit. But Steph last night, Warriors were trailing, and they went on a 36-8 run in the fourth quarter to win. I think they went into the fourth quarter down 13. And won pretty handily. And he had another 9 threes. So I think that's 37 games over with 9 plus threes from Steph Curry. So, and big question, will LeBron play tonight? He said it's 50-50. He hopes to play. I hope to see him. I've as a Laker fan, LeBron fan, I've been waiting. AD probably been waiting. Russ, the whole team, they starting to get healthy. Trevor Ariza will be back soon. THT is back, averaging 23. And I was wrong about THT. Telling Horton Tucker, I thought he was, last on the bench behind. Oh, matter of fact, hold on. Forgot. I got to make sure this. Let me make sure this. Facebook is allowing me to get people to comment. So I got to change my. What's up, Paris? I see you. I got to change my privacy settings. I got to go through this every day. I don't know why. So by changing the privacy settings, it allows it. So get back to it. Steph Curry last night, 15 of 27, 9 of 16 from three, with 40 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, with a 104-89, down 13 going into the fourth quarter and win by 15, 104-89 over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like I said, Steph is on another level. Then the rest of the team ain't really do much. Wiggins had 12, Draymond Green 4, 11 from Damon Lee, brother-in-law. But yeah, like I said, this was the perfect week for me to be on the Steph Curry train because he validated me even more, make me look smarter than what I am. But like I said, more important, I'm eager to see LeBron back, see what the Lakers can do with him coming back. The standings ain't looking good for them at 8-8. And then we can get into some NFL. Last night, Patriots shut out the Falcons. I think the Falcons will move on from Matt Ryan after this year. It was looking pretty bad. Josh Rosen came in, threw 2 picks. The final 4 possessions for the Atlanta Falcons were interception, 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 interception. It was ugly. 25-0, pick 6. Matt Jones, 22 of 26, 207 yards, one touchdown. Nothing amazing. Like I said, he's not gonna lose you the game. That's the big thing about him. And as long as he don't lose you the game, the Patriots defense allowing them, it's 5 in a row. They started the season 2-4. They're now 7-4, 5-0 on the road. Roman Stevenson, 12 carries, 69 yards. Damon Harris was back. I think he had 8 carries, 10 carries, 56 yards. So their run game was pretty effective. 30 carries overall as a team. 134 yards, no touchdowns. Mac Jones, like I said, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The Patriots, to me, aren't nothing amazing, but they are, like I said, as long as the quarterback, who's a rookie, and a lot of people said this coming in, he was the most ready rookie, to play. So, but I'm gonna pause on that because I do got Coach Rayford here with me, and we're gonna bring him on so we could talk some more hoops, and he could give me some sports update. What's up, Coach?
Hey, what's up, Lee? How you doing, man?
Oh, not much, man. I appreciate you being the first guest on my show.
Yeah, it's an honor, man. It's an honor. Been tuning in for a while, with all the other podcasts. Appreciate you
Yeah.
having me on.
Now, I gave people a little bit on us. If you want to tell us about yourself and about your program of Tennessee Prep over there in Memphis, Tennessee.
Man, I had to go back, some years. I'm real honored and privileged to be the president of Tennessee Prep. We are a high school, grades 9 through 12, and we also have post grad, which is 5th year. But I've been the president of Tennessee Prep since 2015. There's been a lot of growth, a lot of late night, early mornings, especially having a young family. But Tennessee Prep is a national powerhouse, from what others tell me. Again, it's an honor to run every aspect of the school, from academics to athletics, and being right here in the heart of Memphis. I mean, it's a big time situation here at Tennessee Prep.
Yeah, and like I say, I seen you from your days coaching at Ulster to down in North Carolina at was it Concord?
Concord Prep.
Concord Prep to when you was at Norfolk State. What made you get into coaching from the beginning?
I mean, you know that, Lee. I don't
I
know how
know
much.
that. I'm just letting you tell the people your story.
Nah, no question. So how I got to end up coaching was because of my dad. You know what I mean? You and I, a few others back in the day, we played for the Zion Lions, and just seeing my dad operate the sideline, networking, getting to meet people, I always learn from him. So that actually got me into coaching.
Yeah, and it was Newburgh Zion Lions started off AME Zion Lions uh,
Right.
with the church league, and it's now you identical to your dad with the Pepsis and everything.
Yeah, what's funny is, man,
So,
after before every game, I gotta have a Pepsi. It's just like, I'm looking for that Pepsi sponsorship, by the way, too. But I always got to have a Pepsi to get me, going on the sideline, just to get that caffeine going. But I took a lot of things from my father, as it relates to the game of basketball. And yeah, it started back at the Amy Zion Church. one of our mentors, who passed away, Reverend Jones. He put a lot into us back in the day, right there, 111 Washington Street. I mean, a lot of things happened back in the 80s at that place to help groom the man that I am today.
Yep. Now, is there a perception about prep school that you get when you looking at different kids to come play for you? Because I feel like when I talk to kids around the area that's in high school, they don't really know too much about prep school, and they think it's like not like the high school part. Because I until you was there, I didn't really know too much. I just thought it was only prep schools like after college, after high school, you get like one more year, not realizing that you could have a high school team.
Right. So there's a lot of prep schools that are club teams. Like it's so many different tiers of prep school um, that's out there right now. Like you have uh, the academies that say basketball academy. Those are club teams. Those aren't sanctioned by the National Federation of High School Sports. Um, but it gets a bit confusing only because a lot of prep schools don't offer the academics like we do. We offered it 9 through 12. We are a Christian based school, but it is a big difference between club basketball, which is considered prep basketball, and then you have the prep schools like the Oak Hills, the Lalomirs, the Montvers. Those they actually have academic plan inside of the institution. So a lot of times it's a bit confusing, to your average athlete who doesn't know or average family.
Okay. And I was telling the people like, so your big thing is obviously getting the kids to graduate and getting them to play somewhere, and you then had kids go to different levels and
Right.
go on to achieve, like I said. But the big thing is to get them to graduate and become better as you leave there.
So for me, man, I work with a lot of mentors, and my most recent mentor, Coach Wayne Booker out of Memphis. He helps me a lot deal with the new generation of athletes. A lot of these young men come from broken situations as it relates to the basketball, because basketball in a lot of areas are watered down, and a lot of these young men are coming with athleticism but no IQ. Some guys have the work ethic, don't have the IQ. And for me, Coach Book always tells me, like, man, you ever have an oil can and you pour out the oil and you want to put some water in it to try to, filter it or rinse it out. But every time you put good stuff in it, you got to remember you got to rinse it back out. So, a lot of these young athletes are um, pretty good athletes, but they have a lot to learn with the game. We have a lot of different tiers here at Tennessee Prep, from chalk talk, film study. We want to gear our guys up for the next level. So, I can say in the last 2 weeks, I might have clocked in about 95 hours in 2 weeks. And that's really insane about amount of hours getting put in from academics to the basketball. It's a lot of hours, a lot of studying, a lot of research on how to get, these guys better each and every day.
Okay. Now tell me, how is it interacting with like when these D1 coaches come to like watch your practices and stuff? Do the players like turn up the intensity, or how is that when they see like, oh, I could get seen today because I got Patrick Ewing, who you had come to your practice and see and met some of your players.
Our practice is always intense, whether coach is there or not. We have a culture that I built, back in 2015, where night in and night out, and you can ask every last player that ever put on a uniform or came to practice, the intensity level is high. Now, when coaches do come in, we give them the honor and respect of being in the building, but we perform like they're not even there, because they had to do a job for me while they're there. So, um, what I try to do when coaches come in is stick to the same regiment that we do every day. We have a structure that we run. We have structured practice, and we don't tailor away from that just because a coach is in, because we have to win games just like them.
Yeah. Yep. So Memphis is right now, like a hot spot between your program, the Memphis University of Memphis Tigers,
Right.
with their big time recruits of having Imani Bates. Did you have a chance to play against Imani and when he was in high school, or
I
no?
did not. I did not, man. But I did have a chance to watch them play um, a couple times preseason and one regular season game. And my wife asked me the other day. She said, "Honey, you want to go to any game, whether it's football, basketball, baseball? Tell me what game you want to watch." And I said, "You know what? I want to go to a Memphis Tigers game." She's like, "We can go to Memphis anytime." And I'm like, "I know, but it's going to be rare to see the amount of talent that Penny Hardaway has at the University of Memphis. Like Imani Bates, definitely a top 10 pick in the NBA.
Yeah.
Jalen Duren, definitely a top 10 pick. And just watching these young guys perform at that level for, a coach like Penny Hardaway, I don't want to miss out like I've missed out on other athletes who came through the city. Like this is a big time recruiting class, just like the number one recruiting class he had a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But this is like I can't. I want to watch those guys play. I can't miss it while they're in the city.
Yeah, and you have like I was saying, I was telling the people before you got on that you had recruits that went to Georgetown, went to Memphis,
Correct.
uh went to Ole Miss, and I when I and anytime I get a chance to watch you in person, I think it's always good to go watch your teams play and the amount of respect that the kids give to you. But talk about like some of the your kids that went on to D1, and do they come back, give back to the program in terms of like speaking to the kids and showing love to
Oh
them?
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So every year I allowed alumni to come back. This year we had Damian Ball, who played at Memphis, who transferred to TCU. He came a couple times to talk to the guys, and when he comes back, he sees guys that may need a pair of sneakers, or he just may feel like giving away compression shorts or something. Damian is that kind of guy where he comes back and he talks to the guys about his experience, how he played against LaMelo Ball down in Atlanta, how we played against Namari Barnett that's at Alabama. So he comes back and tell him about the competitiveness, that he had to face. A few years ago, we had Chris Sodom, who went to Georgetown. He couldn't come to the city, but we put him on, the Jumbo TV where he spoke to the guys about his experience and how he broke his foot and came back in January and had a chance to play against DeAndre Ayton, who ended up being the number one player in the NBA draft. These guys that I coach with have a chance to play against, the best competition in the world.
Yeah.
And just having my guys come back, my alumni come back to speak to them, you know, allows the guys to really interact with somebody who's been there and done that. So alumni support is always good. And 𝐤𝐨𝐵𝐞 Cullum came last year, who he's currently at Cal Bakersfield. He went to Ole Miss from Tennessee Prep, and he's another one that came back to speak to the guys before we went to the national tournament. And I thought that was pretty, respectable for him to come back and talk to the guys.
Yep. And and you also have even though he was a Tennessee Prep, but you were a coach of Donovan Fields from Newburgh, who's
Yeah,
now playing overseas, and
yeah,
that was always like that the one because we seen him from when he was a little kid. Obviously,
correct.
his father being a coach for us as part of the Zion Lions, Coach Mike Fields and
Right.
stuff. So, how's it feel seeing him get an opportunity to take his talents from your school and his route to get to Cal Poly, and then even now going to overseas to play?
Man, to see Donovan, especially when, Mike was so disciplined on him from the times we was coming up. Like I remember Donovan at like 3 years old and Coach Mike like, go sit down. I want you on the court, run around. You might hurt something. Just watching him elevate year by year. Then when I had a chance to coach him at Concord Prep after his year spending at Newburgh Free Academy, um, man, it's just a lot of growth because it was so much stuff I had to teach him that I learned once I was coaching Division 1. That I'm like, dude, you got a chance to be a pro, and to see, mom and dad, when he signed on the dotted line to go to college, that was like, a blessing because we right there at St. Mary's Church, right there in Newburgh. Like just seeing, his jersey getting ready to be retired at Cal Poly. Like that doesn't
Yeah,
happen to your average person. Like that dude put in a lot of miles every day. His work ethic improved every year. His stat line improved every year. And then, he got caught up in the COVID-19. Like I had, Donovan pretty much set up to play in the G League possibly, but as soon as COVID hit, things kind of, took a back seat. But to see him, I think he's in Bosnia right now. I mean, it's testament to all the hard work that not only just him and his family had to put in.
yeah. I put it as he's like your D Rose for Coach Cal. Even though Cal's known for Kentucky, D Rose came up with him in Memphis. So it's always like no matter what, he's connected to Coach Cal, even though it's not Kentucky.
Right.
And you spoke on playing coaching at Division 1. Can you tell me about that experience? And I went down to see you when I was
Right.
living in Wisconsin, and y'all was
Mm-hmm.
playing Illinois. So how's that experience of being
I'll just
coaching
say
at that level?
that experience was eye opening because, coming from the junior college level, I think, all administration at Ulster Community College for trusting in me to be the head coach at the time. And at the time, I was the youngest, coach in America at 25. And I was the youngest black coach in America at the time at 25 years of age. But Ulster helped propel me for, my time at Norfolk State. And I had a chance to work with probably the best mind that I ever had a chance to work with Anthony Evans. And when I tell you it was an eye-opening experience, I didn't know that much was required at the Division 1 level. Man, we talking about so much learning and so much film and so much teaching. And it was, I actually gravitated towards it. And we went 16-0 that year in the MEAC, where I won my first college championship down at Norfolk State back in 2012, 2013.
Yeah, and like I said, it's definitely I was gassed up even just to watch you
Yeah.
on TV.
Yeah.
See you get up all hype, got a suit on.
Right.
Do you still wear suits on the sidelines, or are you
Oh,
casual?
absolutely. It's a part of the brand, man. Like, I love dressing up. I think, at times, especially at nightcap games, I think all coaches should wear a shirt and tie. But, with COVID-19, coaches take, a backseat to dressing up. But I love throwing my shirt and tie on. You know, it's like me going to church when I'm on the sideline. I'm going to put my
Yeah,
best suit on and I want to be able to display everything that, others poured into me. So, speaking on that ESPN thing though, that's always been like a childhood dream is being on TV. So, playing on ESPN and being able to coach on a high level, that's always been a dream, of mine. And I actually had a chance to feel that early in my coaching career.
yeah, it's definitely good. Like I said, you get the opportunity, especially coming from where we come from, and people when they talk about success for people that made it out of Newburgh, I do feel like your name should be up there because of what you do for yourself. What you go back and try to get Newburgh kids and try to bring them up out of that situation and to help them propel to something better. So you are to me a definition of success story out of Newburgh in itself too.
I appreciate that, man. The success is Hillary and Harold Rayford. That, and all my aunts, my uncles. We were raised in a village, man. Like I want to be an extension of what your mom put into me. Uncle Pooks and Uncle Terry and my uncle, Da, God rest his soul, and my uncle Andy. Like all my uncles and my aunts, they all did a great job. But my uncles, man, it was just like being around my father every single day. So when they putting that extra into me and teaching, like all of that stuff means a lot, man. And shout out to the Rayford family, the 𝐥𝐤𝐬 family, the Zachary family, the Williams, everybody that's part of the tree. Shout out to the family.
Yep, most definitely, man. And right now, tell us about your team this year. How's the season going? I know right now you're in Kansas City, Missouri. uh, for a game. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Right now we're 1-0. We beat a real tough team in Lake Norman last week. Lake Norman out of North Carolina. That's where Mikey Williams, who young man is getting a lot of hit ups. He was there. He transferred out. But this weekend we're in Kansas City. I'm here now. We got a big matchup today. We play Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, Javon Porter, Father Tilton out of Missouri. But my team, I'm excited about my team, man. We graduated 9 guys last year. I just transferred in my nephew, 𝐥𝐤𝐬𝐤. But my team right now, we got one of the tallest teams in the country. I got a 7-footer and Mason Handback, super talented kid. I got another 6'11" kid from Mississippi, right on the border of Memphis, Jaden Webb. I got a ton of talent. I got Phil Grant Jr. from New York City, Quazon Davis from Harlem. I got Elijah Bailey from New York City out of Brooklyn. Got a 6'6" kid out of Boston, Massachusetts. I recruited my tail off for these guys, like to bring that kind of talent into Memphis. Right now I'm just building on chemistry, so we just gonna take it one game at a time, one play at a time. But I'm excited about these guys that I'm coaching this year.
Yeah, like I said, I'm excited, for everything that you do. I'm excited to see the journey for this year's team.
Yeah. So real quick, Lee. So today we got a matchup. It's actually going to be on Showtime TV. For those that are want to tune in to watch basketball, it's also going to be streamed on SUV TV. We're playing in the Darius Miles event. Darius Miles is giving back by showcasing high school athletes here in Kansas City. It's supposed to be a really, really good turnout. A lot of pros are going to be here to watch my guys. A lot of scouts, pro scouts. There's going to be a lot of people tuned in today. We tip off at 4:30, 5:30 your time. But it should be a very exciting game to watch just because it's a lot at stake when we're talking about national rank and, my guys getting exposure that they came to Memphis for.
Yeah, and tune in. Is there a website people can take a look at them?
Yeah, hold on one second. Let me pull it up on my phone. So it's thesuvtv.com/blood, sweat, and tears. And again, Darius Miles is putting on this event. I had a chance to work with Darius Miles for a quick minute back in 2006 when he was with Portland, when I was, working alongside with Bill Bano. But it's always good to, for these pros to give back and let these young athletes perform on a level where they get a chance to see them.
Yeah, and even like I said, the kids being in that environment around like even a former pro, and they could be able to pick their brain on how to get there or something. Even if it's a quick question, it's big on development to me.
Right. No, my guys, even last year, I was real privileged to coach at Allen Iverson Classic deal, and just seeing like T-Mac there, we got childhood friends. They said, look up to T-Mac. They used to buy T-Mac sneakers, and then finally meet AI in person after he actually changed the game for all of us, with his style and his branding, allowing athletes to be themselves, and I really appreciate these pros for giving back to the guys, allowing them to be who they are.
Yeah. So it's dope. Definitely appreciate you joining me. I'm gonna let you get ready for your game. If you got anything further, you got anything on the games this weekend? These football games?
Nah, man. I'm missing football for real. I haven't been truly tuned into football. I'm waiting to see what these Lakers do. Everybody, everybody
might be back tonight.
But even if he comes back, man, everything is built around chemistry, and that's all I could, say about anything. Like chemistry is everything. Of course, I want them to win today, just like if he was back playing with Miami. But this day and age, everything is built around chemistry. So in time, everything will get better, I believe.
Yeah. So, like I said, I appreciate you joining. Be able to make sure y'all go look at any games for Tennessee Prep. We'll get the website for the game on my page later today. Have you text me that so I could actually put it up. And anybody that want to take a look at it, take a look at Tennessee Prep today, playing against Michael Porter Jr.'s brother,
Correct.
and make it work. Good luck on the rest of the season, Coach, and thanks for
Yeah.
joining.
Appreciate it. And for you who don't know, man, I love the host. His name is Lee. I'm always tuned into his show. We grew up together. Shout out to you for all the things that you're doing, all the giving back you're doing. Um, I love you like my brother, even though we call each other brothers. But I had to let everybody know how close we really are. Um,
Yeah,
and I appreciate you for having me on the show.
no problem. I appreciate it. Love you too, and good luck today.
Appreciate it.
All right, take care, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. Appreciate Coach Ray for joining me today. Uh, Tell us about his high school program, Tennessee Prep, based in Memphis, Tennessee. They got a game today at 5:30 Eastern time. So if you can watch it, like I said, I'll put it up on my page later today. So anybody interested in watching Tennessee Prep, and hopefully y'all got some answers on prep school. Some people don't know about prep school. Some people might have questions. And that's if your kid is interested. Your kid might be good enough, but maybe they don't want to, once they graduate high school or something, or they in high school, they want to go play a national schedule instead of local schedule. That's a good route to go do. So I'm an advocate of it. But yeah, let's get into some of these NFL picks for this weekend before I wrap it up. And I'm gonna do a rundown. We got Colts versus Bills, and as I go over these teams, I'm gonna go over potential daily fantasy people to pick up on each side on who I'd recommend. Colts versus Bills. I got the Bills winning. I'm gonna go 31 21. Bills by 10. Daily fantasy. Carson Wentz will be cheaper than Josh Allen, I think. So I'll go Carson Wentz. Jonathan Taylor, because he gonna be expensive, but he's worth it. The guy got 937 yards and 9 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs at receiver. Ravens Bears, go Ravens. I don't know if Lamar gonna have a big day, but he's always a good choice. Running back David Montgomery for Chicago, good choice. He's back healthy, giving them the carries. Receiver, none of them really got that great of receiver, but if I had to pick one, Hollywood Brown and definitely Tucker, the kicker for the Ravens, is always a good choice. Tucker made some good money on DraftKings. Made him some good money. We got Lions versus Browns. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Lions winning their first game this week. Mark it down. Garrett. Nah, I'm not Charles Barkley and not guaranteeing that, but Lions will beat the Browns this week. Who to pick? Nick Chubb is back. Pick Nick Chubb. TJ Hawkinson, pick him as well. Pick I don't know who else to pick on that one, but quarterback wise, Baker, Goff, Baker over Goff. Texans, Titans. I'm going with the upset, Texans. Texans. Tannehill, better quarterback, pick him. AJ Brown, pick him. Running back wise, Deontay. I forgot the dude, whoever's starting for the the Titans this week, not Adrian Peterson. Packers, Vikings, give me Packers. Obviously, A-Rod, Devontae Adams, and Dalvin Cook, top 3 choices. Mason Crosby, potential for kicker. Dolphins, Jets, give me Dolphins over the Jets. I don't know who's starting, Brissett or Tua. Either or is better choice than Flacco. Joe Flacco will be starting. Who we got? Jalen Waddle. You want to pick him up? Saints, Eagles. Give me the Saints. Now give me the Eagles. Eagles win. Eagles at home. Washington, Panthers. Cam versus Ron Rivera. I'm gonna go Cam. Cam get the win. DJ Moore, Gibson, but Heineke over Cam. 49ers, Jags. 49ers give them Elijah Mitchell. Go with him. Go with Deebo Samuel, who's been the second best receiver in the league. Bengals over Raiders. Give me Chase, Mixon, and Burrow. Cowboys versus Chiefs. This is probably the biggest game of the afternoon. Is Pat Mahomes back? Do Dallas keep it up? That defense in Kansas City so basura. I'm gonna go Cowboys. Cowboys over Chiefs. Cowboys approved the 8-2. Like I said, I think I'm picking the Cowboys to make it the Super Bowl. Cowboys versus Bills. Super Bowl with the Buffalo Bills winning. Obviously. You could go with a number of people for daily fantasy. Mahomes going to be expensive. Dak could be expensive. You could do them. Zeke going to get these little 1-yard touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, CeeDee Lamb, Cooper. So it's a few of them that you could go with. Cardinals over Seahawks. Give me Seahawks. I think Kyler Murray is going to be out again with Hopkins out. So give me Seahawks. Russ back. Second game should be a little better. Steelers, Chargers. Give me Chargers. Why? I don't know. But Seahawks people to pick. DK Metcalf, James Conner with Chase Edmonds out, and obviously Russ because Kyler's out. He's better than McCoy. Give me Chargers. Herbert, Harris, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. I don't care about none of the Steelers receivers. Monday Night Football, Giants versus Bucks. I got the Bucks. We'll talk about that more Monday, and that's my picks. LeBron possibly back tonight. Hopefully we'll see. Let me see if we got any updates. My secretary, any updates on the LeBron status? Oh, I don't got one of those. Don't worry about it yet. Still no update yet on if LeBron is playing tonight versus Boston. Like I said, Lakers 8-8, Boston 7-8. If not, he might be back against Detroit on Sunday. So we'll see. We'll see if LeBron is back and if they are gonna compete when I come back. If it's gonna fix the Lakers' ailments. But that's it for today. I appreciate everyone that did tune in. And like I said, we had my cousin on to give his take with the Tennessee prep out there in Memphis, Tennessee, and we appreciate him for joining us. My first live guest. I will try to have at least one each week guest on. A lot of my sports takes, my discussions. And next week is the holidays. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it yet, but bear with me. If Monday I won't be on, Tuesday is a possibility. Obviously Thursday I won't be, but I'll be back. And like I said, I appreciate everyone for joining me, and I'll be giving just little updates, joints on my TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. So with that said, man, I appreciate it again. This is the hard truth of sports, and it's your boy, Big Lee, and we out. Peace.